Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Everybody, this is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics bringing to you Game 3 of the American League King of the Hill tournament. The Detroit Tigers will be at the Washington, D.C. Stadium, that's Griffith Park, to play the Washington Senators. The Senators are the 5th seeded team, and here are your starting lineups for today's game. Detroit will have Ed Yost at third base, Al Kaline in center field, Norm Cash at first base, Rocky Colavito in right field, Charlie Maxwell left field, Chico Fernandez is playing shortstop, Frank Bowling at second base, Lou Burberry at catcher, and the pitcher is Frank Larry. For the Washington Senators, they will have Lenny Green lead off and play center field, Billy Gardner at second base, Harmon Killebrew at first. Cleanup hitter is Jim Lemon in left field. Earl Batty's batting fifth at catcher. Bob Allison in right field. Breno Vittoria at third base. And Sandy Valdivieso batting eighth at shortstop. Pedro Ramos is the starting pitcher, about to complete his warm-up tosses. 11-18 in 1960 with a 3.45 earned run average. They've been doing some construction in the condo above my condo, and there might be some noise. I hope not, but they didn't ask me. All right, here we go. Here's the pitch to Eddie Yost. 5-9 is going to be a 1-10 home run, and that is a drive. It might be, it could be, it is out of here, a home run for Eddie Yost, and the Detroit Tigers go up 1-0 right away. The center fielder Al Kaline steps in. 3-7, that's going to be a single for Al Kaline. Stormin' Norman Cash, Tiger first baseman, he was quite a character. He steps in the box. 3-10 is a walk and a rugged start for Washington's starting pitcher, Pedro Ramos. He's going to have to face Rocky Colavito now, first and second, and nobody out. 2-4 is a line drive caught by the third baseman, Breno Vittoria, and there is one away. Charlie Maxwell. 3-8 is pop-up to second base. That's 2 down. 3-7 is ball 4. Bases are juiced. Second baseman Frank Bowling steps in. Infield, of course, is playing back. 1-6 is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, Valdivieso. He is up with it, throws to Killebrew at first, and the side is retired with only 1 run scored on the leadoff home run by Ed Yost. We're at the bottom of the first. It's Detroit 1, Senators coming to bat. Frank Larry takes the mound for the Detroit Tigers, well-known Yankee killer, and they're playing a 5th-seeded team. If somehow Detroit survives and goes on a winning streak and gets to the Yankees, he would be available to pitch against the Yankees. Here's Lenny Green leading off for the Senators. 4-4 is the roll that's going to be off the pitcher's card. Center field X, the center fielder, is Alkaline. That's a 1. 1-1 is going to be safe at second on a rare error by Alkaline. E8. It's a 2-base error. And the Senators have a very fast man at second base. Here's Billy Gardner. He will square around and sacrifice. That's a 6. Batter's thrown out by the third baseman. And the sacrifice is successful. 5-4. Green goes to third. Here's Harmon Killebrew. Harmon Killebrew had his breakout season in 1959, which would have been last year. He hit, I think, 42 home runs. Yeah, 42 home runs in 59. Infield is back. 1-9 is a walk. First and third Senators. This is the power part of their lineup. They hit a lot of home runs in this section of the lineup. Killebrew, Lemon. You got Batty, but then you got Bob Allison after that. There's Jim Lemon. Infield is playing back. 3-8 is a strikeout. 2 outs. And now Earl Batty. Earl Batty broke his cheekbone in 1962, and you might remember the batting helmet he wore for the remainder of that season. He had a large guard to protect his cheekbone. Here's the pitch to Batty. 6-8 is a, off the pitcher's card, it's a possible double or single. It is a double, 2 stars. So Green scores. Killebrew goes to third. RBI double for Earl Batty, and Senators have tied the score in the first, 1-1. Here is Bob Allison. Bob Allison grew up in Kansas City in the Raytown area. He played Van Johnson baseball, which is at that time was a pretty high league here. And then he went to University of Missouri, where he played baseball and football. Very athletic player. Here is Bob Allison. 111 is a ground ball to third base, fielded by Ed Yost, who throws to first. That's 3 outs. Senators tie the score. We go to the second inning, 1-1. Catcher Lou Burberry leads off for the Tigers. 4-9 is off the pitcher's card. That's going to be a single for the catcher, Burberry. Washington will not hold the runner. Frank Larry comes to bat. Frank Larry will square around and try to bunt him over. Gets a 3. That's going to be a bunt that he beats out. First and second. So a hit for the pitcher, Larry. And the Tigers have a threat. First and second, nobody out. Top of the order, and here is the walking man, Ed Yost. Led off the game with a home run. Here's the pitch to Ed Yost. 2-5 is a walk. And Pedro Ramos has been in trouble in this game from the outset. Here's Al Kaline, singled his first time up. 5-7, the infield's playing back. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. It will be deep enough to score the runner. Sacrifice fly for Kaline. 2-1 Detroit. 1 out, and Norm Cash comes to the bat. 4-5 is a strikeout. Here's Rocky Calavito. He had a line smash at third in the first, but it was caught. 6-4 is going to be a ground ball X to third base. That's the third baseman is Bertoya. He's a 3, 19-3. It's two base there. So Larry scores. Yost goes to third on the unearned run, and you've got Calavito at second. Charlie Maxwell. There are 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 3-3 is a walk. Bases are loaded. And Pedro Ramos just hasn't had it today. Chico Fernandez. 5-6 is a strikeout. But the Tigers score twice. And they lead 3-1 going into the bottom of the second. At the time, there had only been 7 Italian-born players. Rene Bertoio is one of them. He was one of the original bonus babies. Here's the pitch to Bertoia. 4-7 is going to be a ground ball X to the second baseman. That's Frank Bowling's a 2. 19-2 at second base is out. Sandy Valdivieso from Cuba. Not Sandy. Jose Valdivieso. Sorry. One 7 is the roll. That's a fly ball to the left fielder. And that is caught. 2 outs. Charlie Maxwell made that play for Detroit. Here is the pitcher, Pedro Ramos. 1-6 is a ground ball to second base, 4-3. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the top of the third, 3-1, Detroit. So we're only in the top of the third. Detroit's been through the lineup almost twice. 4-5 is a strikeout for Frank Bowling. 1 down, and Lou Berberet, the catcher, comes to bat. Grew up in California and went to high school with a former pastor I had in California. They played baseball together. Here's the pitch to Berberet. 4-3 is a ground ball X to the first baseman. Killebrew is a 4. 3-4 is going to be a single. Berberet is 2 for 2. Washington will not hold the runner. Here's the pitcher, Frank Larry. He singled this last time, and he's going to take his swings this time. Here's the pitch, 2-11. That's a 1-16 is going to be a home run. And it is out of here. Frank Larry, the pitcher, hits it over the wall, and the Tigers take a 5-1 lead. And with that ignominious event, that's the end of Pedro Ramos today. Washington will bring in a new pitcher. The new pitcher will be Tex Clevinger, 5-11, 419 earned run average in 1960. Here is Eddie Yost in for the Tigers. 5-10 is a pop up to the shortstop, caught by Jose Valdivieso, and there's 2 outs, to Al Kaline. Okay, Kaline is 1 for 1, an RBI. 2-7 is a walk to Norm Cash. One 7 is going to be a possible double, 1-12. That's an 8. The roll is going to be a double, 2-base advance. So we had man on the walk, and now we've got second and third, 2 down for Rocky Calavito. 1-3 is a walk. Charlie Maxwell, bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 2-8 is a pop-up to the second baseman. Billy Gardner is under it and makes the catch. The Tigers score 2 more times. They strand the bases loaded, though. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Detroit 5 and Washington 1. Lenny Green leads off for the Senators. He was the subject of a novel by Mickey Cochran, not the baseball player, but the novelist Mick Cochran, about the trade that was made that traded him from Minnesota to the Orioles. 3-7 is the roll. That's going to be a ground ball to third base. 5-3, 1 away. Billy Gardner. Gardner was, when he retired, 20 years a coach and manager for Twins and the Royals in the 80s. 6-8 is the roll. That's going to be a possible double, 1-4. That is a double for Billy Gardner. Now in the middle of the Senator lineup, Harmon Killebrew steps in. 31 home runs in 1960. 4-2 is going to be a ground ball to the pitcher. B, I think that means runner holds. 1-3. 2 outs. Now Jim Lemon. Six-three off the pitcher's card. Fly ball right field X. That's Calavito's a 3. 18-3 is a roll again. 16-3 is going to be an out. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 4, Tigers 5, Senators 1. Okay, Tex Clevenger of the Senators will have to face Chico Fernandez, Frank Bowling, and the catcher Lou Berberet. Here's the pitch to start the 4th inning. 4-7 is off the pitcher's card. It's going to be a base hit for Chico Fernandez. That's the 7th hit of the day already for the Tigers. And Washington will hold the runner. He's a B stealer. Frank Bowling is the batter. Washington's catcher is a 1, so take 6 off his 13, 1-7, safe. Not very good odds. Here's the pitch to Bowling. 3-7 is a line out to the shortstop, caught by Valavicio for the first out. Lou Berberet. 5-5 is a ground ball X to Valavicio, who's a 3. 16-3 is a out, and it's 4. See, Fernandez, let's see, they have a runner on first. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. 6-4. Berberet will be the runner at first base. And now the pitcher, Frank Larry, singled and homered today. 2-12 is a long drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here off the pitcher's card. And Frank Larry has another 2-run home run. And it's a day to remember today. 6-1 Detroit. So in real life, in July 22nd, Frank Larry hit a home run to beat the Washington Senators in 1959. It's on the back of his baseball card. So apparently he's no stranger to hitting the ball over the wall against the Here's Eddie Yost. 6-8 is a walk. And now Al Kaline. 5-10, that's a pop up to the shortstop. 2-run score. And it is actually 7-1. As we go to the bottom of the fourth. We are only in the bottom of the fourth inning, and it is Frank Larry Day at the ballpark. Here's the pitch to Earl Batty, leading off for the Senators. 6-5 is a ground ball to second base, fielded by Bowling over to first, 1 away. Bob Allison. 2-7 is a possible double, 1-7. That is a double for Bob Allison. Senators are going to need to chip away to try to get back in this game. Reno Bertoria steps in. 2-9 is possible double if he rolls a 1. Single 2 stars. That will score Ellison, who's playing fast. And it is 7-2. Detroit. D. Steeler not going to hold the runner. Here is Jose Valdivieso. 2-6 is a 6-4-3 DP. But the Senators get 1 in the fourth. We go to the top of the fifth inning. It's Detroit 7, Washington 2. Norm Cash will lead off the fifth inning for Detroit. If the Washington Senators don't pitch better, well, pretty soon we'll have to get out the 12-sided dice and start sticking it to the scoreboard. 1-7 is a 13 single by Norm Cash. Cash is 2 for 3 in the inning, or in the game. Rocky Calavito. 3-8 is that's a double play ground ball. 6-4-3, 2 away. And Charlie Maxwell. 6-9 off the pitcher's cards, a fly ball to center field, caught by Lenny Green. And for the first time in the ball game, Tigers don't score in an inning. We go to the bottom of the fifth, 7-1 Detroit. All right, the pitcher, Tex Clevinger, who is sometimes a starting pitcher, will stay in the game and hit for himself. In the bottom of the fifth, here we go. 5-3 off the pitcher's cards, a strikeout. 1 out. Top of the order. This is very fast. Lenny Green steps in the box. That's a 2-6. Line drive to Norm Cash at first base, makes the catch. And that's 2 away. Billy Gardner doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 1. 5-11 is a walk to Billy Gardner. Harmon Killebrew, very powerful hitter with broad shoulders. He was very deliberate up at the plate, much like Rocky Calavito. Calavito was deliberate. They both held their hands away from their body. Calavito used to point his bat at the pitcher. I don't recall Killebrew doing that. Here's the pitch to Harmon Killebrew. 4-6 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the third out in the fifth inning. We go to the top of the sixth, 7-2 Detroit. Chico Fernandez leads off for the Tigers. 4-11 is a fly ball right field X, and that would be Bob Allison, a 3. 11-3 is going to be a double for Chico Fernandez. Frank Bowling. 5-8 is a fly ball to left. That is playable. And caught by Jim Lemon. Lou Burberry, the catcher. 1-7 is going to be a line out to second base. That's 2 outs. And now Frank Larry, the very dangerous Frank Larry, steps into the box. 3 for 3, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs in the game. 2-10 is going to be a base hit for Frank Larry. Fernandez can try to score. He would be a 17 because there's 2 added on with 2 outs. Safe. And that is the 5th RBI of the game for Frank Larry, and it's 8-2. I don't ever recall seeing a pitcher hit like this. This is something. Eddie Yost is the batter. There's 2 outs. Yost has walked twice and homered. 3-3 is going to be a ground ball third base. 5-3. Tigers score once. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 8-2 Detroit. Tall and lanky, Jim Lemon will lead off for the Washington Senators. If Frank Larry does not remember anything about how he pitched this game, he will certainly remember his stick today. And so will everyone else who saw it. 3-7 is a strikeout for Jim Lemon. It's the 2nd time he struck out. And here is Earl Batty, the catcher. 1-9 is going to be a fly ball to Al Kaline in the center field. 2 outs. Brings us to Bob Allison, who is 1 for 2 with the double. 4 is the roll. That's a fly ball center field X. Kaline's a 1. That's going to be an out. And Washington is 3 up and 3 down in the 6th. We go to the 7th inning. It's 8-2 Detroit. If Frank Larry did nothing with the bat today, it'd be a 3-2 ball game, and we'd have a close game. But he has done a lot. He's driven in 5 runs. Al Kaline leads off for Detroit. 5-7 is a strikeout for Al Kaline. Norm Cash. Two 7 is a ground ball to second base. 4-3. Play made by Billy Gardner. Rocky Calavito. 6-5 is going to be a drive by Calavito. It will not get out of here. It'll be off the wall. It's a double. He'll be at second with 2 outs. Charlie Maxwell. 6-11 is a ground ball first base X. That's Killebrew. He's a 4. And that's a 2-base error on the first baseman, Harmon Killebrew. Scores an unearned run. And it is now 9-2. So 2-base error. Maxwell goes to second. Chico Fernandez. 5-9 is going to be a ground ball to second. Play is made. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Detroit 9, Washington 2. Reno Betoya leads off. Senators 7 runs down. 1-6 is the roll. That's going to be a pop-up to the third baseman, Ed Yost. 1 away. Jose Valdivieso. Three-2 is a line drive to shortstop. 2 outs. Okay, Washington will bring in a pinch hitter. He is Julio Bequer, Becquer, from Cuba. Warming up in the bullpen for Washington to pitch the 8th is Ray Moore. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Mercure. 6-7 off the pitcher's card is going to be a pop-up to the shortstop. For the third out, we go to the top of the 8th inning. It is 9-2 Detroit. Frank Bowling will lead off for the Tigers. 5-12 is a ground ball to the pitcher, Moore, who makes the catch and throws to first. Killebrew has it, and there's 1 out. Lou Berberet, the catcher, comes to bat. And the star of the day, Frank Larry, is on deck. The hitting star of the day. Here's the pitch. Berberet 4-8 is a pop-up to third. 2 down. And now, here is Frank Larry. Six is going to be a fly ball to left field, and that's the first time he has retired. Tigers go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 9-2 Detroit. Top of the Washington order, Lenny Green, Billy Gardner, and then Harmon Killebrew. 2-10 is a ground ball to the pitcher, Frank Larry. 1 away. Billy Gardner. 2-5 is a ground ball to the shortstop. 2 outs. And now Harmon Killebrew. Frank Larry's retired the last 9 batters in a row. 2-5 is going to be a drive. It could be a home run for Harmon Killebrew. And it is 9-3 here in the 8th inning. When I was young, I did get to see Harmon Killebrew hit the ball out of the ballpark many times. In fact, he played with the Royals his last year, and he had 1 multi-home run game at Kauffman Stadium where he hit 2. I was there that day. And in the early 60s, I don't remember which year, but I did see him hit 3 against the A's at Municipal Stadium in a game. Here's Jim Lemon. 3-4 is a ground ball to third base, 5-3. Washington scores 1. We go to the 9th, 9-3 Detroit. Okay, just noticed I probably had the camera a little too close. You couldn't see the names on the cards. My bad. I apologize. Here is Eddie Yost. 2-6 is a walk, and that is the 3rd walk of the game, and I think the 5th in 2 games for Ed Yost. Washington will not hold the runner. Al Kaline's the batter. 4-8 is a pop-up to third. Norm Cash. 1 year away from his cork batting experience that got him an AL batting title. Hit .361 with over 40 homers. Here's the pitch to Norm Cash. 3-6 is a walk. First and second. Rocky Calavito. 6-7 is a ground ball X to second base. That's Billy Gardner's a 2. 22 is an Ant. Charlie Maxwell. Infield with 2 outs, of course, is back. 1-3 is a ground out to the shortstop. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Detroit 9 and Washington 3. Frank Larry's going to try to finish this game. 3 outs away. He's got to get Earl Batty and Bob Allison and Rene Bertoia. There's the pitch to catcher Earl Batty. 3-4. That's going to be a drive. It might be. It could be. It is over the wall for a home run. And actually 3-4, that was a clean home run. I was looking at 5. It's a home run. And it is 9-4. Timeout. Okay, the Tigers are going to make a pitching change. The Tigers are going to make a pitching change here. Pete Burnside was brought in. He was 7-7, 4.26 ERA in 1960. Frank Leary goes 8 innings, gives up 3 earned runs. Here's the pitch to Bob Allison as soon as he steps into the box. 6-7 is a walk. Rene Bertoya. 4-10 is a fly ball X to center field. That's Al Kaline to 1, and that's roll an 8. And it's caught, but it's deep enough for the runner to go to second base. Jose Valdivieso, 1 out. 6-9 is a strikeout. Okay, with 2 outs on 9th, Faith Thornberry will come in and hit for the pitcher. Burnside winds, he throws. 1-7 is a walk. Senators stay alive, first and second. Here is Lenny Green. 5-6 is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the ball game. The final score, the Detroit Tigers 9, they eliminate the Washington Senators 4. Okay, the Detroit Tigers move on as King of the Hill. They eliminate the Washington Senators. They scored 9 runs, and I forgot to do the hit totals, but it looks like they got 12 hits. And the Washington Senators scored 4 runs on 7 hits. The winning pitcher was Frank Leary, who went 8 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, 6 hits, and 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. The losing pitcher was Pedro Ramos, who was only around for 2 1/3 innings, gave up 4 earned runs, 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Star of the game is absolutely Frank Leary. He had 5 at-bats, 2 singles, and 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. Frank Leary is your star of the game. Frank Leary was a good hitting pitcher. He had about 181 or something like that in 1960, but he had 13 RBIs and a couple of homers. And then 61, he hit 231 with another home run. So he could hit. He is from Northport, Alabama. He was 6th in 7 children. Grew up on a farm. His father was a cotton farmer, and then when they weren't farming, he trained his boys to pitch. His dad was a softball pitcher. Frank, I think all the boys played baseball at Alabama, and his brother Al made it to the major leagues for a short while with the Chicago Cubs. But Frank did well with the Crimson Tide in baseball. He was 10-1. They won the College World Series, and then he was drafted, signed professional ball. He didn't finish college, and I like the description that you can find in Sports Illustrated about him. It says, oh, excuse me, didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Sorry about the camera there. All right, Frank Leary, it says in a 1961 profile of Sports Illustrated, is a classy kind of ball player. The type you don't see much these days. He's a throwback to the Cardinals of the 30s, a cotton picker, guitar strummer, red clay Alabama farm boy, unspoiled by a little college or a lot of success. He is mean on the mound and a joker off of it. To strangers, he's quiet, but to the Tigers, he's the Jonathan Winters of the dugout. He was a comedian, Jonathan Winters, keeping them loose and laughing. Sometimes he's a Casey Stengel, his legs bowed, pants roll up above his knees. And then he's a trainer, complete in white shirt, white trousers with a turkey towel wrapped around his head. So, 1960, Frank Leary was, for his first time, selected to the All-Star team, and probably for what he did today, he should be on the All-Star team. 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Hope you enjoyed the ball game. The Tigers are going to move on and play the Cleveland Indians tomorrow, the 4th-seeded team. This is Apba Brian saying good day and God bless.